Hey everyone, my name is Justin. Welcome to the channel where my son and I take a look at games, classic and modern, and give our thoughts on how these games appeal to different generations. Today we're taking a look at the remake of Super Mario RPG. Originally released in 1996, this game once thought lost to time, only to be surprisingly remade and re-released for the Nintendo Switch. As a short 13-ish hour long game and near one-to-one remake, it's time to see, does this hold up, or are we all just blinded by nostalgia? The game starts up with a typical Mario story. Peach is appreciating the flowers, Bowser shows up because she's not allowed to have nice things. Mario runs off, beats up Bowser, and saves Peach. Yay, mission accomplished. Only to have a giant castle-sized sword fall from the sky, slam into the castle, and send everyone flying.
What follows is a crazy mashup of RPG elements and Mario goofiness as we travel around, gather allies, battle the Smithy gang, and gather the star pieces. We find out that as the sword fell, it split the Star Road, and unless we can gather those pieces, people's wishes won't be able to be granted. So we have to save the girl, save the day, and save the stars. It's a simple, straightforward narrative, with each event building towards a final battle with Smithy, but ultimately, it's the characters that really drive this story.
While there are many memorable side characters, the main game is about Mario and his crew trying to stop the evil Smithy gang. On this adventure, our plucky plumber is joined by old faces and some fan-favorite newcomers. Mario is a staple in the party and is always present. He's a balanced damage dealer with good magic attack, good physical attack, and pretty solid defenses. His jumps can do great damage, and his fireballs are fun to spam. For being forced to always have him in your party, he's a really good unit.
I really liked Geno and the addition of Bowser as a playable character. It was really funny seeing the big bad turtle working with Mario for a change. It did feel weird as I'm used to him being the bad guy, and there are some nods to this, like Bowser's weapons being him chucking Mario at people, but it was really funny. Bowser works as a physical powerhouse. He hits really hard and has high HP. He's working for us as his Bowser's minions to help him get his castle back, and he adds some really funny moments. I really like it when you encounter his old minions and they get scared and apologize, or just straight up run away. Geno is a new character. He's an entity from the Star Road that takes over a child's doll and becomes a living weapon. He looks like Pinocchio, but with finger guns. His mission is to retrieve the stars and repair Star Road so we can go back home, and people's wishes can be fulfilled. Geno has some of the best magic attacks in the whole game, such as Geno Blast and Geno Flash, and other attacks like Geno Whirl and Geno Boost. He's really creative with these names. But when you get late in the game, Geno can really easily clear entire battles with one shot, which is incredibly valuable.
Geno is great, and there's a reason fans have been calling for him to be added to Smash for, forever. So that leaves me the supports. Our beloved Princess Peach, the consummate support with healing, cleansing, hey, she can even mute enemies. And late in the game, she learns to chuck bombs, which can do insane damage. She absolutely slaps. No, literally slaps the enemies. Peach is busted, and unless you're just gutting down baddies, she should almost never leave your party. Mallow is the other new addition, and arguably just the most adorable guy in the game. The little fluff ball acts as your early game healer with some light magic damage. His physical attack is bad, and he's pretty squishy early on, but he's solid, at least until you get Peach. Unfortunately for Mallow, Peach pretty much outclasses him in every way. She does more damage with her physical attacks, heals better, can revive, and while Mallow does have some elemental damage and scanning early on, that doesn't overcome the powerhouse that is Princess Peach. Mallow is great, and we love him, but he's arguably one of the worst units in the game.
Mario RPG is a turn-based RPG set in the Mushroom Kingdom. You join Mario and venture from town to town to dungeon, collecting allies and the 7 stars. It's a very straightforward game to play and very accessible, even to a kid like me.
The combat is my favorite part. The timing system introduced here influenced a lot of games that have come out recently. Timing blocks and attacks to reduce damage or deal critical hits is fun and keeps the player engaged. The neat thing here is this even is used with special attacks and heals. It's also unique to the characters. Some of Geno's attacks have a charge gauge, while Mario is timing jumps or mashing buttons for more fireballs. All the party members share one source of flower power, in other words, one MP pool. The system is great, and the ability to swap back and forth between characters during fights means you have a lot of flexibility in the game. And this isn't even talking about one of the new additions, the team-up attacks. As you time your attacks or defenses, you build up a gauge that once full, lets you unleash a powerful team-up attack. These can be buffs or a giant attack that are beautifully animated. They just add so much charm to the game and are a wonderful addition.
Combat was fun, but I really enjoyed the exploration, walking around, platforming, talking to people. The story was fun, and I really loved how Mario would narrate. Since he's a silent protagonist, he would go into these hilarious skits where he would do a mime routine and actually turn into the different characters to show their side of the story. All things considered, I really enjoyed the gameplay. Some puzzles were challenging, but fun and neat. It was a really good balance.
The music here has so much whimsy, and it just feels right. It's everything you think of with Mario. It's lighthearted one moment, then dramatic, oh god, here's the boss, the next. And the battle music is upbeat and poppy.
I really liked the boss music. It kind of became iconic. Like some fights you think were just normal fights, and then the music would kick in and you'd know, nope, this is a boss. It really helps you know what to expect in each battle.
Good point. It really helps when the game is consistent with the approach.
The graphics were cool. It did take some getting used to. Like in the beginning, it looked like Mario was really squished down, and I was like, why is he so small? But once I got used to that, I really liked it. Everything from the buildings, to trees, the Goombas, the mushroom people, even Yoshi. It all just felt, well, Mario.
Yeah, this game just has a special charm about it, and I really feel like the game does a wonderful job of capturing the spirit of Mario. It doesn't take itself too seriously, it's hilariously goofy, and the graphics reflect that. The characters are bright and expressive, the villains are over-exaggerated and goofy, everything from the spell effects to the environments are so well done and really colorful. In a time when so many games are going dark and somber, having Mario come in and be bright and cheery while trying to stop the end of the world, it just feels right.
I thought it was a really fun game. I liked the story and graphics a lot. The timing element in battles was fun, and I really liked how they had different ways to do the timing. From Geno's charge to Mario's jumping. Some attacks you had to turn the joystick to increase damage. Sometimes the button mash was difficult for me, because if you didn't have the finger speed, you wouldn't get the max damage.
Sounds like a skill problem.
Dad, enough!
I really love this game. Everything about it just oozes charm. It's lighthearted and goofy, it's never too difficult. There's almost no need to ever grind like in most RPGs. The new post-game with harder versions of bosses was a wonderful addition to the game, and sorely needed.
Yeah, the difficulty was just right. So, all things considered, I'm going to give Mario RPG an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed the game, but some of the timing was hard, like with Peach and her giant fan. And I didn't like how some of the puzzles, it was one mistake and you have to restart the entire area over again. But as a whole, this was a really great game.
I'm trying to be unbiased here, but I can't. Mario RPG was one of my favorite games as a kid, but I never got to buy it, and because it became so hard to find, I never thought my kids would be able to enjoy it. To me, Mario RPG is an easy 9 out of 10. The only thing keeping it from being a 10 out of 10 is it is on the easier side, and it's a bit short for an RPG, for me. It's perfect in that it knows what it's trying to be, and it doesn't try to pad the runtime, but I would have liked to have been able to spend more time with these characters and in this world. Outside of that, the charm is everywhere. The animations, the storytelling, the music, and the characters are something only Nintendo could pull off. I mean, what other game would have you battling two turtle chefs while the wedding cake behind them starts to shake and come to life?
So that's our thoughts on Mario RPG. Have you cruised the Rainbow Road, or are you stuck in the sewers? Comment below and let us know. And as always, if you like our work, please support us with a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks everyone!